Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of How Did This Get Booked? I, of course, am your host, Jake Manning. I'm a veteran of the professional wrestling business for over a decade, and I've held every single job except selling popcorn. I'm joined, as always, by my friend, my fellow water drinker.
Yeah.
But somebody has a bigger bottle than me, my friend.
Compensating.
Compensating?
Compensating my hydration.
Did you overdo it? Anyways, with Zane Riley, who obviously overdid it last night.
You have to ask?
Yeah, well, I mean...
It's just called doing it where I come from.
Just doing it, like a Monday. Because we're recording this on a Tuesday.
And I worked till midnight. Oh, and I still did it.
Okay, you still did it. It's nice to know that somebody's still doing it out there for all of us out there.
Just trying to keep the dream alive.
Well, you got to do that. But speaking of people that are trying to keep the dream alive,
Segues 101.
This gentleman is trying to keep the dream alive that we're actually going to be friends someday.
No, that's cute.
That's why I brought him over here, especially since I'm trying the new Zoom recorder. Like, if this show fucks up,
We got a scapegoat.
I got a scapegoat, and I don't give a fuck if it doesn't see the light of day. Because the man joining us today is Paul Baeza. Paul.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing? You're nice dressed, man, as you always are, Paul.
You got a job interview?
No, I
You have a job?
Yeah, I set people up for job interviews, essentially. I sell suits, so I gotta wear them.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
And I love that he has he's got. Now keep in mind, I can say this because I have one too. He has this scuzzy looking mustache, and he's just like, "Hey, can I sell you a suit, sir?" Like, that's what I love about Paul. That's the only It's all
I love about Paul.
It's about it, really. It really is. But it's just that dichotomy. Like, you can do nothing but be a comedian with that look and that job. That's the only way you could fit into this world.
Does your suit say your name on it somewhere?
This one does not. I have some that do. This one I actually won in a bet. Made one of my coworkers buy it for me.
You live a wild and crazy life.
Yeah.
Cut a pinky toe off one time for a bet. You won a suit.
Suits.
Good for you.
It's funny. Josie was just talking about how she bet somebody she would buy them an iPhone. And then...
Wait.
Yeah. And she lost the bet and didn't buy the person an iPhone. But went to the work to buy an iPhone case...
Mm-hmm.
Put a TNA toboggan in there and shrink wrap it and then hand it to the person.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So they thought they actually were going to get it because it was like shrink wrapped. Like, oh, this is an actual iPhone. No, it's not. You just crammed a little toboggan in there.
A knitted hat.
Toboggan. It's whatever you
I love toboggan. I say toboggan. Everybody bitches.
Toque if you're in Minnesota.
If you're into it.
If you're into it. So.
Toque if you're nasty.
But, Paul, we usually at this time we ask this question, and I was looking very hard to find a non-wrestling fan, and I feel like you qualify, but you did say there were 3 years in your life that you were an actual wrestling fan. Can you please talk to us about your first exposure, how you got interested and so big into wrestling, and then what made you leave it?
And could you be insanely detailed? Because this video we're doing is only 40 minutes long.
Yes.
So, in 6th grade, I guess, I had a buddy that was into it, and so I started watching it with him, and then I got into like the Monday Night Raw and the WWE, just watching that.
What years would this be?
2006 through
Jesus fucking Christ, you're in 6th grade in 2006?
Yeah.
There's been another edition how this get booked.
You mean another edition of that we're old as fuck?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
And everybody...
Taking my large water and going
everybody
home.
in the Charlotte comedy community is young as fuck. How about you do open mics with all these gentlemen, all right? Like, now you know why I signed up so early, because I'm old and Grandpa,
I gotta get in bed.
Grandpa Manning's got to get to bed.
Yeah, he's got to meet all the boys at the Hardys at 4 a.m.
But continue on your story.
Yeah, so, and then I got into it. This was around, middle school, so I started jerking off to the divas.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Kind of how I really got my introduction.
Who
Candice Michelle was on Playboy.
Okay, but so Candice Michelle tickled your fancy the most?
But, that's the one I remember. Because she did a Playboy right around that time.
So it was the full whatever, but none of the other girls were like,
Victoria
didn't trip that trigger for you?
Nah, that's like
no.
Stacy
Keibler.
Stacy Keibler was hot too. I remember my PE teacher. This is a weird memory. Yeah, my PE teacher mentioned being in the
talking about
Segways 101.
Continue.
I remember my two PE teachers who were probably around like my age now. At the time, we're talking. I remember they
15.
Yeah, 24.
No.
Not far off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like WrestleMania 22. I think was the big one that I remember watching. But and then after middle school, I moved down to North Carolina and kind of just stopped paying attention to it.
Did we not have cable?
You moved to the Mecca and you don't want to do it anymore?
That's like
you moved to Orlando and you don't want to go to Disney anymore?
I moved like a half a block away from the Growlings and I just didn't feel like doing improv anymore.
Couldn't do it.
But what was it about the move that just were like, you know what, I just
didn't know anyone. Like, it was my friends that were into WWE, I guess, were all up there, and I didn't really meet anyone that was super into it down here.
You do realize that people down here probably went to shows down here, or their uncle was like Shane Austin,
yeah. Oh man,
or somebody to that extent. But just the move, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, I guess so. I know for the first while, like, we rented a house for the first few months we moved, and we didn't have cable, so that probably was a big part of it. So then I lost touch.
Yeah, because I can't criticize that much because that's how I stopped watching. Because I was watching WWF Superstars, which was a syndicated program on the ABC affiliate, and as soon as they stopped syndicating it and all moved to cable, it's like wrestling didn't exist anymore. But at the same time, too, the internet didn't exist when I was growing up. In the Stone Age, with Grandpa Manning and everything, when I had to fight off pterodactyls and shit. So that time.
Well, the TVs looked something like that control panel back then, right?
This fucking guy.
And our remotes had a string on them too.
They had remotes?
There they are.
Your dad just made you get up and change the channel.
Yeah.
Jake was the remote.
I was the remote, yes. But who were your favorite wrestlers when you were interested?
Candice Michelle.
I liked Rey Mysterio. And
why Rey Mysterio?
Because he was short and Hispanic, and I'm short and Hispanic.
You're Hispanic?
Yeah, half.
Okay.
But
the name Baeza?
I had a favorite. It was like I like SmackDown, and then I guess John Cena was on Raw at the time, so he was my favorite Raw guy.
Okay. What was it about John Cena that you like? Because at that time we all hated the man.
He would have been the polar opposite of Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Not short and not Hispanic.
Yeah. This is dorky as fuck, but he rapped. Yeah, I like the rap. I was super big into rap in middle school.
Okay.
I thought I could. I couldn't.
It seemed attainable when John Cena did it.
Yeah, right?
Okay. But why never the interest to get back into it?
I don't know. I've always been a fan of it, and I don't really watch TV all that much. That's been a big thing.
Just don't care.
It's not on Netflix, so
hipster.
Yeah,
fucking millennials.
I just don't watch too much on cable.
You're a cord cutter in a sense that all you have is like Netflix and
a little bit,
stuff,
yeah.
So since you don't have cable, you don't care.
It's I just watch what I can attain on my PlayStation.
Well, I'm not trying to corner you and everything.
No, yeah. I had.
Don't let this new light bulb that I put in that's super hot fool you. This is an interrogation. I'm curious what makes people just be like, nah, I've had enough of this. I get it.
Jake's the only guy that I know with cable too, so it's kind of.
Well, it's the sports, my friend.
It is.
If you're a sports fan, you have to have cable. If you want to see LeBron make it through the playoffs, and possibly survive.
You think?
I'm hoping. The Cavs have made it interesting, and much like the Patriots made last football season very interesting. So, that's the only reason I have cable is because of sports. But I'm like I said, I'm not trying to interrogate you. I'm just curious how people are. The interest wanes and goes and comes and goes because it's such an integral part of my life that I'm just curious how it's not on everybody else's.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I remember asking an older, when I in middle school, asking a guy about wrestling. He was like, yeah, no, I kind of watch it, and being like, well, wait, how does he not schedule his Mondays and Fridays around watching SmackDown and Raw? And then as I don't know, I got busy. Most of the time I'm not home at those times anyway. And just kind of lost interest like that. Never really been big on sports in any category. So I guess wrestling was just a part of that.
Like, it's just enough sports for you not to pay attention to it?
Yeah, like, pretty much, yeah.
But not enough theater to be into it?
Yeah, it's just not enough dragons for it to be really good television.
Oh, man.
Or not enough robots to really be engaging and gripping, thought-provoking television. So, well, it's understandable. Like I said, I'm just trying to gauge. That's why I have the common folks, civilians on there, you know? I'm just trying to figure it all out. And part of the thing is we make you watch something
Jesus fucking Christ.
unique, oddball, out there, and that's exactly what we were discussing today. Like if you wanted something that's not, if you're not a sports fan, well, I promise you, there's nothing athletic about what you just saw. But what we are discussing today is the Big Japan Wrestling Grocery Store Death Match. The actual death match took place in Yokohama, Japan on July 1st, 1995. To give a little bit of background about Big Japan Professional Wrestling, Big Japan Pro Wrestling was founded by former All Japan stars. I'm going to try very hard to do this. Obviously, Kendo Nagasaki and Shinji Kojika. I think that's how it's said. I'm usually pretty on point with my Japanese pronunciations from working at highspots.com as long as I am, but I think that's how it is. But Big Japan Wrestling had a working relationship with CZW, New Japan, WXW, Germany over the years, and it kind of came about in the mid-90s because of FMW and IWA Japan and the deathmatch rise in Japan, which filtered over into the United States and through ECW and such. So that's how it came to be. And Big Japan Pro Wrestling actually has a streaming service, so if you want to see the grocery store death match and you didn't see the free link that I put out on my YouTube page and the How Did This Get Booked website, you can check it out there and see more hardcore Japanese wrestling that still is going to this day. So, but let's get into the actual video, which had opening commercials and ads.
It was halfway through this thing before I realized the actual show had started.
Yeah, it took me a minute too.
So it was kind of like Tropic Thunder, where like you had the beginning trailers.
Yeah.
What are these actual trailers?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, is he also doing this?
Subliminal.
Like the first thing that we saw was a man being evicted, and then all of a sudden he was owning a video store? Or is that a different guy? Or was that the same guy? I don't know.
Down on his luck, and he was like, now I've got DVDs and my jacket's buttoned.
Unbuttoned jacket, I'm evicted.
I'm homeless, I let my family down.
Button-up jacket, all the video cassettes in the world.
Button my jacket and turn my life around.
I guess those are Repo Men. I don't know what's going on in there. Like, I don't know. And then we see a short montage because of
boner
midgets.
jams.
Because I was saying it because of midgets. I was making a short joke.
Oh, yeah, that's the next.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the porn.
Which was a commercial for, I guess, like...
Go on.
Some sort of midget commercial tape, and there was one where the midget was in the back of a limousine, the full-size woman saying something to her, and then they had like a belt that had a cassette tape on it. Like, that was pretty awesome and weird.
I was like, is this the beginning of the show?
Yeah, that's what
Nope, not at all.
And I think it's for a completely different company.
Yeah.
I wanted to find out more about the limo midget.
Where's he at? Let's Google limo midget, see what he's up to.
And then the next commercial we see at least on our feed was a nipple.
Yeah.
The nipple right away. For piercing and tattoo.
I had repressed that.
Which is odd because you're not supposed to have tattoos in Japan because it's a sign that you're part of the Yakuza. If you have tattoos that are visible, that's why if you have tattoos, you're supposed to cover them in public. So the fact that you have a running ad for tattoos on this videotape.
Maybe it's a Yakuza front.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
this company is definitely... That's one of the things I found in the research of Big Japan, which actually gets me to not the next commercial, but the commercial after that, where they had like this big death match in a house. Mm-hmm. Big Japan actually ran like a show where they had a house death match where they recreated somebody's house and they had a death match in it, and it cost $100,000 to make the recreation of this house, and they did it when Big Japan was like doing very poor financially.
I got an idea. Everybody follow me.
And that house deathmatch didn't do very well, so like a lot of guys put even more of a strife on people in the promotion. So yeah, but there was a house deathmatch, but that was for IWA Japan, so it was a different company. We see an ad for Subliminal.
I don't get that.
Something like, is it subliminal if they tell you they're doing a subliminal message? I don't know how that.
I mean,
works.
maybe since they're putting that word in English, no one knows what it means.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of that, did any of you guys watch it with the English translation captions on?
That was an option?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But don't worry, it wasn't. I mean,
it didn't change
was,
it.
But like the translations, I took notes and I made sure to take down some of my favorite fake like.
I knew there was a reason why I booked you, Paul.
God, Paul.
What were some of what you got?
So there's a scene in the very beginning where it shows Nagasaki training a few guys in the ring.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that, but let's see. Flair as big heel as mathematical style flares on dental mats.
Checks out.
Checks out.
Last year won a wrestling great deer. So.
D-E-E-R?
Yeah. D-E-A-R.
Mm-hmm. So. That all checks out.
That's fantastic. I want to go rewatch it now.
Just like the random red line commercial. That is the beginning of this as well. We actually start off with a short clip from an actual wrestling match. It's actually from IWA Japan, which is one of the other hardcore promotions in Japan at this time, and it was Kendo Nagasaki with Yuji Taniguchi versus Tarzan Goto and Mr. Genskanu. I always mess that up, but he trained with Hayabusa in FMW. He was Tarzan Goto's young boy along with Hayabusa, so I know that. But they showed a clip of it, basically of Kendo just
beating the shit out of this guy?
Ripping
his own leg off?
It was basically just Kendo and Tarzan beating the shit out of the other guy's young boy.
Until they got tired of it?
Yeah.
And then just got real crazy.
Yeah. And that leg lock, like...
Oh my god.
Just...
I yelled, oh shit, in my office earlier when I was watching it. Oh shit! I had to look around like, who heard me?
And I thought it was weird that all of a sudden when Tarzan Goto got tagged in, they started putting sound effects in.
Yeah, like, but they do that throughout the thing.
Yeah, they do.
Those sound effects are great.
Yeah, they come in and out from time to time. Yeah.
Man, you guys are knocking shit out of each other.
Yeah, but it basically just ends with Kendo like beating the fuck out of Tarzan's young boy, and it just as I'm seeing it, I'm just like, man, the last thing I ever want to do is face an old Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, that's the last thing you ever want to do as a pro wrestler.
When he starts wailing on him with the chair, but it's like upside down, where like the curve is going down on him, like just wearing him out.
Just as hard as possible.
Totally cool with it.
Totally fine with it. But we should also mention right now about Kendo Nagasaki. For a long time, I thought the Japanese version of Kendo Nagasaki was the original version. I was wrong. There was actually a British version of Kendo Nagasaki, because he was doing the character in 1964. Peter Thornley was his name. And he's most notably known for hypnotizing Robbie Brookside to attack his tag team partner, William Regal.
Sounds right.
And he was known for his power of hypnosis. He was a samurai, and he was known to put people in trances, whereas the Japanese version is just known to put you in a coma. Like, that's basically...
It's going to beat you to death.
Yeah, that's the true difference between the British version and the Japanese version of Kendo Nagasaki. And actually, Kendo's got a very long career, a very storied career. He had spent time in Stampede Wrestling, NWA, WCW, World Class Wrestling. He's also one of the people who notably trained Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
So, one of Zane's favorite wrestlers.
I had his book.
It's a book.
Oh, did you read it? Did you
Wait,
enjoy it?
no, I had Shawn Michaels' book. No.
Get the fuck
out
out
of
of
here.
here, you piece
did.
of shit. God
He did that on purpose.
Yeah, I think you knew. I think you
He
knew.
knew what he was doing.
You're
He
not
knew
wearing
he knew
socks
exactly what he was doing. He
son
knew
of a
exactly.
piece of shit.
You're not the first person to confuse the two.
Yeah.
I don't think you were confusing. I think you were.
You trolling me, dog?
I think you're a Shawn Michaels guy, much like myself. You're like, yeah, you got to troll Bret Hart sometime. But it should be noted about Kendo Nagasaki about how tough he is. in September of 1995.
He fought a car.
No, he did a shoot MMA fight.
Good for him.
Oh, wow.
At the age of 47, he's just like, I'll try my first MMA fight.
Did he win?
I don't think so.
No.
But still, the fact that you're willing to try it at 47 years old.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny about the grocery store deathmatch was like, he's like some people would be in a fight camp about that time. He's fighting young boys at a grocery store market. Well, people would be training for an MMA fight. So, but he is training these students at the Big Japan dojo. And then we start seeing the time lapse of the actual market. They show at 9 a.m. when it's raining.
Well, before we get to that, like when they kept interviewing him, like doing those little promo deals in between, but they kept calling them Fight 1, Fight 2, Fight 3.
I don't want to even explain some of these graphics. Like some of these directorial choices seemed puzzling to me.
I
Random
loved the lightning cuts.
Yeah. Random like voiceover actor.
Yeah.
It's like whoever was in charge of writing third grade PowerPoints.
Yeah.
Like it's basically like the graphic designer was somebody who was really good at Kid Pics at that time. If anybody remember Kid Pics.
I do remember Kid Pics.
Really love Day of the Warrior.
Yes. It had a video toaster, version 1.
Yeah.
Those things. But yes, this is a Rookie Challenge grocery store death match. It is basically Kendo Nagasaki taking on
everyone.
Let's give it a shot. Yosuke Kobayashi, CJ Yamakawa, Yuji Taniguchi, and Bruiser Akimoto. I believe is how all those say it. I'm not exactly sure which ones are which because the ring announcer made it sound like every one of them were Bruiser Akimoto.
Yeah.
But I do know Yuji was in the red.
Okay. Was he the original tag partner in the first match?
Yes, he was the guy. That's the only reason I even know that.
We're in the same gear.
Yeah, because we're in the same gear.
None of them were in fucking knee pads.
Yeah.
In this match.
Well, they're all young boys. This is.
But
I try actually. To jump ahead, actually Kobayashi is actually Abdullah Kobayashi, who actually became quite a fixture in Big Japan Pro Wrestling, and he actually came over for CZW a couple of times. I'm not exactly sure which one he is. I think he's the guy in the green trunks. So, we'll refer. I refer to everybody
trunk color
by trunk color
and guy that goes to hospital eventually.
Yes, who the guy I think with the hospital I believe
Yellow
is
trunks.
Yamakawa, who was Ryuji Yamakawa, who became Mr. Big Japan. So I'd like to believe that was him, but he might also have been Black Trunks. So I don't know. It's very tough to he filled out to his body.
He might have also been black. So
we don't know. I feel like Black Trunks was Bruiser Akimoto.
Okay.
I'm almost 100% on that. I think I get yellow and black mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that Green Trunks is. Huh?
You colorblind?
Yeah, I'm
blacks and yellows. Fuck them.
Yeah, I'm like a dog. Blacks and yellows. I confuse all the time.
I get it.
Like all the time. I can't tell the difference between. All right, I'm going to keep it there. Once I started realizing yellow and black, maybe let me leave that alone.
Well, you've never been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
I know we've only got like a half an hour, a 30-minute match to go over right now at the 24-minute mark, but
we're wrapping it up. We're not far.
We were already on the take-home with this.
You've got 3 pieces of paper left, and I didn't write anything down, so
I've got quite a bit. I've got 5-6 pages here. As you know, I do far more research for this podcast than I should. But at 11 a.m., people are shopping, moving around, and at 1 p.m., they start barking people in. Not a whole lot different than a regular comedy show. Ring announcer is there. They just have a canvas thrown down on some mats.
There were mats? I thought it was just on the ground.
Yeah, I thought there was just like a tarp over some bricks.
Yeah, I thought they put a tarp over a canvas on the cement.
I think they put some mats down.
Okay.
I'm almost 100%.
Because like immediately... red pants bumps. I'm like, oh, fuck that.
I'm glad they put some mats down on that 5x5 area.
And
held in by like wire fencing.
Yeah, which Kendo was just sitting there with a barbed wire baseball bat
For no reason.
For no fucking reason. But I have to say the entrances through the store pretty
real George South.
Oh yeah. They just come around. It's much like that Walmart show I did, where we got changed in the actual fitting rooms of Walmart.
Yeah.
and then we walk through the front door out to the ring. So, but Kendo got a whole big entrance.
Sure did.
With a band and everything, and I thought it was the Battle Hymn of the Republic. I was wrong. The song they were playing were Stars and Stripes Forever.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was like a American song.
Yeah. So.
Which I think is amazing to have, like, just a brass quartet playing your wrestling shows, just intermittently throughout the entire thing with no real reason.
Yeah.
Like whenever they started, there was no real reason to start. They're just like, "Fuck it, let's play."
Yeah. The only scene like they had the cue was like, "Hey, when he throws the boombox."
Yeah.
As
they're getting ready to pin somebody. Start playing.
Just like, and they played like Stars and Stripes Forever like a couple of times.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forever.
And like what? And there was like one time where they sounded like a mariachi.
Yeah.
And like I was sort of thinking like, what is the set list look like for this band that's in Japan? We need a Japanese band. They can do a little El Mariachi and some horns and play the most American patriotic songs ever.
What do you guys know? Well, we know the Kukaracha.
And then also, we need you guys to just follow someone around playing those while they get the shit beat out of them.
I think it was to kind of like take people out of the moment, like when it got too graphic, or when it got too hardcore. Play a little bit of nice music.
Oh, you mean whenever Kendo was doing anything to who he was
just
with?
starts randomly throwing refrigerators at people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this whole thing started with Kendo just loses his shit with
I don't know about what. I don't know what. He was too much time on the ground. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't like chain wrestling? Understood.
But I like how Taniguchi and Black Trunks, I think is Bruiser, which, by the way, when Black Trunks walked out, seriously questioning his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously.
He knew what was coming. He was like, I'm winning, but am I?
Yeah. But at the same time, too, he should have been fucking happy because he was with Taniguchi, and they had the most adorable fight.
They sure did.
They
were throwing bicycles at each other.
That was the most dangerous thing they did.
Like, oh my god.
That's when they realized, ooh, we need to back this off.
Yeah.
And
One of them literally pied the other in the face.
Yeah, started spraying whipped cream on him, and pied him.
Yeah, like, Red versus Black was basically like just like a Benny Hill sketch.
Yeah.
But there was a much darker, sinister thing going on with Kendo and Yellow
They
Trunks
weren't
and
even
Green Trunks.
around. They weren't even around the people. They were in a back alley most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And like Kendo was doing just straight up headshots right to Green Trunks and Yellow Trunks repeatedly.
Unprotected, just swings the shit to the back of the head.
And just like throwing them on top of like vegetable stands, which I feel like it might have been set up.
Oh yeah, I would Why wouldn't the cops have been called at some point if this wasn't planned?
Well, because the Yakuza paid everybody. I guarantee the Yakuza was like, "Hey, we're gonna fuck up this market.
This is for our buddies.
Here's a couple hundred yen.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up."
You think it was only a couple hundred yen?
Or whatever the yens are.
I think like $5 is like a few thousand yen.
Okay, well.
Here's billions of yen.
Billions of yen. You see this tattoo? I'm a
Yakuza. Look at my dick. There's pearls in it.
See that I have pierced nipples? Yeah, back off. I'm
What's up?
Yakuza.
Give me this protein bar.
At one point, I briefly considered dropping a watermelon on my head just to see
just to see what it's like.
What that was like, because I was like, a watermelon that would hurt. Wait, would it? I feel like it would.
One of the cutest things were Red Pants like going to that little refrigerator and taking those really small sodas and like cracking each of them open and like chugging them down. And then right back at it. Oh man! And you big dumb moron! I love you.
He ran away so adorably, and they're like, I'm ready to fight now. But yeah, like Red and Black, just so adorable, and the crowd shots.
Yeah,
with just showing the varying in emotions.
Yeah, I love just like Japanese old ladies just stepping slightly to the side to avoid the fight.
Yeah,
even in Japan, those cocksuckers won't get out of the fucking way.
Yeah,
that one guy that wouldn't get out of his chair when they first got out of the fake ring and threw him into the chairs, and he wouldn't move. Fuck him.
Like all the crowd shots were like ranged anywhere from barely interested to utterly confused.
Yeah. Blown the fuck away. Those children started looting when they broke the gumball machine.
But yeah, like Red and Black are like swinging around inflatable punching bags.
Like, just hit them on the ground. Like, not even hit each other with them. Just stick on the ground. Inflatable bag on the ground.
Just spinning them around. Let's see. Yeah, we covered all that. And I gotta wonder, like, what store didn't sign off on, like, no, you can't come here and fuck shit up. Right?
I hope it was the one where they went in and just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Like, no, we got this.
Like, I feel like maybe
that restaurant?
The restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant.
It felt like very, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, whether I think they were like, you could fuck shit up in here and here and here, but, you know.
Leave the restaurant.
Stay away from our restaurant.
And they're like, let's go to the restaurant.
restaurant.
We're fucking that restaurant up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, you said don't fuck up that restaurant. Oh, sorry.
Speaking of fucking shit up, Kendo picks up a cash register and fucking slices open yellow trucks.
Yep, sure does. Sends that motherfucker to the hospital.
But see, here's the thing. He had a full-size cash register, and when he swung it, the change drawer opened up, and the register flew out and over, so he ended up getting hit with just the drawer, where Kendo was trying to hit him with the cash register.
Yeah, in the head.
In the head as hard as possible, but because of the momentum of it sliding, because of the sliding door and where Kendo had a hold of the drawer and not so much the actual cash register, like that actually saved him from probably a very dangerous concussion.
Yeah.
Definitely saved him from a rest of a beating.
Yeah.
Definitely fucked up Green Trunk's rest of his day. He goes,
Yeah.
at first I was getting 50% of this. Now I'm getting 100% of this ass whooping. And it caught, and I could see it happen because it was like just that sharp edge of the cash register drawer. But like he was swinging like a large implement at his head that could have murdered him. I've seen movies where they murder a bad guy, like a foot soldier type individual, by dropping a cash register on their head. And Kendo Nagasaki was just doing that in the middle of this match.
Saw this in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's go.
But yeah, it's like, so Green was just taking all kinds of ass whoopings. I did notice that Kendo had some cupping marks on his back, so he's got a fucked up back. While he's...
I want to get cupped so bad. But I was looking all into that this weekend.
Do you think they work?
Yeah, I'm not of the class of chiropractors or quacks, Jake.
Listen, I grew up an hour north of where it all originated from, and that used to be a big thing, but more and more I start believing in stretching and drinking water, I start to believe chiropractors are quacks.
I don't know, every time you pop your neck and you go, ah!
Yeah,
I don't believe it. I'm back in. I'm like, chiropractor works.
But I got that pop on my own. Through stretching and wrestling her out. That's all they're really doing.
I'm for it.
Okay. I'm just saying, what's the point of having sex when you know you can masturbate it better than anybody else?
I don't fuck a lot, Jake. I can go ahead and knock it out and go about my day. That saves me half an hour of shit to do in the day.
Exactly. So that's
Where are we at?
Where are we at again? What's your position on masturbating, Paul?
Yeah, you fucking or masturbating, Paul.
I'm pro masturbating.
Okay.
I dabble in both. I'm not gonna lie.
What you better at, bud?
I haven't figured out what type of guy I am yet. I'm just trying to figure it out.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Personally, for me, I'm better at jacking myself off than I am at
getting some girl to do it.
And performing the sex.
I've definitely given myself more orgasms than I've given other people orgasms. So
people, eh? Not just a specific sex. Good for you, man. 2018. Love who you love. What are we doing again?
We're on a sidetrack.
Okay.
Actually, there was a sidetrack that just came up in this point in the video. Segues. There was a B plot of the
Hospitals 101.
There was a B plot going on with the ring announcer feeling lightheaded and needed to see medical attention.
Is that who she was? I couldn't figure out who she was.
She was the ring announcer.
I thought she was just so blown away by the graphicness of this fight that she just had to take a seat.
I'm guessing what they were trying to convey, but depends on what she was seeing. If she was seeing what Kendo was doing, that's graphic. Yeah. But if she was watching like Black versus Red, she thought that was graphic, like, oh, I can't take it.
She was just laughing so much she couldn't stand up anymore.
I thought her blood sugar was low.
Should have got one of those snacks that kept fucking up.
Yeah.
She got some of those gumballs.
Had they not ruined all of the candy, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, her medicine was in the cabinet, but then
Taniguchi
just drank it all on the most adorable run ever.
He just drank a shit ton of insulin, didn't even know it. He died soon after.
That's why we don't hear that much about him as far as his wrestling career goes.
Which in a little bit, when they start, so after he goes to the hospital and stuff, before they show him they're getting stitches, they just kind of stop everything and they do a bunch of, words on the screen. I was like, did this man die? Did he just get murdered with a fucking cash register?
Yeah, because it does freeze frame on him, laying down and going...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. My favorite person in this whole thing that we haven't really discussed is the other old Japanese guy that always has the cigarette in his mouth.
I think that's the other guy, the other owner whose name has said earlier that I may or may not have butchered, the other founder of New Japan. Kojika?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because of
I love that he was checking on that guy bleeding, but still had the cigarette in his mouth, like just blowing smoke on it. You alright? You gotta make it. Get the fuck out of here.
Cigarettes will heal that up.
You're being a pussy.
Yeah, like I don't know if he was feeling concerned or he was just like, well, fuck. Like, I got to pay for a hospital bill. Like, I don't know. Was it just mad because this was going to inconvenience him? Like, I don't know what his motivation was.
Then towards the end, he starts having a conversation with some guy that doesn't look too pleased. I figured he was one of the guys that owns one of these like establishments.
Yeah, he's just
because it was just nothing but like words at that point.
Yeah, like smoothing things over
Yeah.
or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, like they show the whole thing of Yellow getting stitches, daydreaming of like, why couldn't I be there? Like all kinds of things. And I feel like the dialogue in that moment in time, because there was somebody talking to him and then he was answering back, I feel like somebody off camera was going, where did it all go wrong? And Yellow was like, joining the New Japan Pro Wrestling School. That's where it went wrong. So,
In order.
In order. Also, too, Green gets raw meat shoved in his mouth because salmonella will get you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They start hitting each other with fish.
I didn't know they were allowed to use biological warfare.
Yeah, I mean...
that was... Yeah,
He picks up the one big fish, and the other guy just picks up two small fish.
Oh!
Red picks up the little tiny fish and just like starts making the noise when he hits them.
Taniguchi knew what he was doing because the other guy had the biggest fish in the shop, and Taniguchi's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get the smallest fish."
It's like, I know how this works. I get 1d6 of damage with this fish.
I was like, he's definitely the Zane Riley.
Yeah, give me those two small fish.
Yeah, like he understands the aesthetics of combat.
Big guy with little fish. Yeah, that makes sense.
But after Yellow daydreams, you cut right to Kendo just smashing bottles over Green's head.
Right?
Like, I was like, I hope they're like movie bottles that they snuck in, but I don't think they were. I think it's just like, I'm gonna swing these legit bottles over your head.
have any of you guys ever been hit in the head with a beer bottle?
Like a real one?
Yeah.
No.
Well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell us
is
the
an
circumstances
interesting
behind this.
So it was a while back. I got
so 7th grade?
Yeah.
Actually, it was about a year ago. I got in a fight with this dude, and
At your age? Come on. Go on.
so I had him in a headlock like this, and this girl that he was with came up from behind and just went like that over and caught me right at like the top of my forehead, right on my hairline, with the bottom corner of the bottle, like that. And it did not break.
That was going to be my next question.
When I saw that scene,
It's like I've been there, buddy.
yeah, I was.
Do you think it hurt worse by not breaking?
I'm not sure. Now, when he was getting hit, it was the flat middle area of the bottle. I caught the corner, so that's the thickest part of the bottle. It's a little bit harder to break it that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the big question: did you win?
Yeah.
Come on.
He had the power position. Well,
I got hit by a bottle. I was rejuvenated.
Yeah. It was fun.
Did you hit her? It's okay if you did.
No, I did not hit her.
All right, I'm saying.
But, like, why'd you have a guy in a headlock? Like, how did it...
Well, they were fighting.
Yeah, but, like...
So, I had gone up... It's this kind of, like, weird, convoluted story. There was a lot of booze involved.
Okay.
Thus the empty bottle.
She was... So, the girl that hit me with the bottle was my upstairs neighbor in an apartment building.
Oh, this is a neighborly fight.
Yeah. And
this is
so...
a live PD.
The downstairs neighbor had me holding on to his keys while he was out of town.
Okay.
And I didn't have a washer and dryer, so I was going to go downstairs and do laundry. And I went up to go get the key to his apartment, and I think she owed me money too. I don't really remember all the details now, but so they got up and started yelling about not wanting to give me. It was like $10 too that she owed me.
And she had a barbed wire baseball bat.
Hmm.
Exactly.
It was a fenced-in area.
And so then eventually I was like, just, like, whatever. And I left to go back down to my apartment. And then, like, 5 minutes later, like, the dude comes knocking on the door. And he's like, all right, here's your $10. And at this point, I was, like, pissed off. And so I just started talking a bunch of shit to him. I was like, cool, I'll take my $10. And you and Sarah both pieces of shit, by the way. And all this stuff.
Real 20-year-old move.
So you deserve that guy. So you got what you wanted, but it wasn't enough.
Okay.
So he tried to punch me. And he hit me in the face and then tried to run away. And I grabbed him by the back of the shirt like that. And just,
so you were the Kendo Nagasaki of this situation.
So, yeah, I mean, he hit me first.
But you were the aggressor.
I mean, whatever.
Who are you, the fucking police?
No, I'm the guy walking around with a cigarette right now trying to figure out what's going on.
So I grabbed him by the back of the shirt, pulled him like that, got him in the head. Like, we wrestled around. At one point, I had him like this with my hand on his throat.
He's in a choke slam position.
But I was on the second floor, and he was like over the railing. I wasn't
gonna. Wait, whoa! Ooh, is he alive?
I was just holding him like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So then I pulled him away from like that, and eventually got him back in a headlock again. Maybe he was only in the headlock one time. I don't remember exactly how. At one point, I had him like this over the railing, and then at another point, I had him in the headlock, and I got hit in the head with a beer bottle.
It's de facto beer bottle. Did you get your laundry done?
No.
Ah.
And he ripped the shirt that I was wearing.
That son of a bitch. He owes you for that shirt now.
Yeah.
Did you guys make amends?
No. I've never
Is
seen
he
him
still
since.
your neighbor?
No, I don't live in that town.
Well, probably because you're not allowed to, but I mean, I get it. Probably evicted soon thereafter, weren't you?
Well, my lease was up a week later.
Ah, fuck him. Should have pissed on him. All right.
So you didn't cook him dinner afterwards. Okay, so make sure.
Which was the sweetest goddamn thing.
I know, but before we get there,
we're getting close.
We're getting very close. We're going to get there in like probably 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So we get the figure 4 and the fish markets.
Which I've never seen someone reverse the figure 4 by just taking their leg out of the figure 4. Good on him.
Yeah,
and that's what leads to the fish.
Yeah, but at this moment in time, I was getting kind of upset because I was like, why is Green getting all this punishment? Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, Kendo Nagasaki just bursts out of nowhere.
Breaks a door.
To which, in my notes, I put, finally, Kendo going to be whipping that ass. Starts beating the shit out of Red and Black.
Yeah.
Who've had
because somebody won. Black just won here.
Did
yeah, Black wins. Like, Black pins them. They start playing the music again.
Oh, okay.
And then that's what brings Kendo through the door.
Oh, I missed all that.
Yeah, Black pins Red, and then he starts whooping Black's ass.
Okay, I was very keen because all I know the band do from there on was the tuba player looked very unimpressed.
And like any good death match, they bring it back to the fucking ring.
Yes.
Which was my favorite part of the entire thing. They came back to the ring for the finish.
Yeah, ring is a very generous term.
Finish is also
finish that consisted of Kendo giving a pile driver to one guy. Putting another guy in the Boston Crab, and then a cross arm breaker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then they did shave Green's head and eyebrows.
I guess that was his welcome thing.
I don't know. I don't know why you don't shave Black and Red's eyebrows and head. I get why you don't shave Yellow's. Like,
well, he only made that guy the food too. Like he only served that guy the food. He made everybody else get their own food. So maybe that was like his graduation moment.
Maybe
thing.
that was his first match, but I don't know. If he was Abdullah Kobayashi, that wouldn't have been his first match. He would have had his first match in 1994. So, I don't know.
I want to find out more about that soup that they made in the end.
It was just pho. Or pho.
It was just pho? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly what it was.
I like how that jackass just put one huge hunk of meat in there and didn't try to break it up. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It just, up right there.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it was just pho.
But it's like, I like how they all walk off in the sunset. And then you have these kids on bikes. They're like, who the fuck are those guys?
They just walked away from an explosion and didn't look back.
They didn't give a fuck. They're like,
it's like, our job here's done, boys.
Let's get out of here.
Some part-time boy who got his first job sweeping the floors of the grocery store.
It's his second day. God damn it.
Yeah, look, what's a bigger disaster? Nagasaki or Kendo Nagasaki?
Yeah.
Discuss. But yeah, like Big Japan is always doing like weird shit like this.
Yeah, that was definitely weird shit.
That was weird shit. What were some other things that pop up in your head when you think about the grocery store deathmatch?
Yeah, definitely the watermelons were not. At one point, I remember watching it, thinking, "Well, that's just good, clean family fun." I know my initial thought before I even watched it, I just saw the name when you sent me the link, and I thought, well, where are the parents?
Looking on, horrified and disgusted and unamused.
Any other notes that you got, Zane?
I like that even after the hospital, Yellow Trunks was still walking around in his sheet.
Oh, he came back like such a soldier, you know?
Yeah. I think he was. I figured he would come back to fight.
Yeah.
And just go left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he didn't.
No.
Anyway, I thought it was a little bit confusing. I guess I didn't really catch that it was the end of the match, but then they just lightning cut to them all eating soup casually. I couldn't understand the subtitles.
A million miles of cabbage.
Yeah. He was chopping lettuce. At one point I thought, I was a little bit stoned. I thought, what's this beef with that lettuce? What's the deal there?
Why are you so hot about that lettuce?
Nagasaki,
you're going to hit him with that lettuce now?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't they have scooped up some of that was on the ground? And then
I wonder if that's what they got to keep. Like, so were they buying that stuff at the beginning for the meal at the end? Or were they paying for the shit they're about to fuck up?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
I wonder if that's every ingredient in that soup was used as a weapon.
I would hope so.
That's what I should.
He should have been given the respect of his trainer making him the soup, but it was all ground ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the water was brown.
Exactly.
So at the beginning, one of the guys buying stuff was wearing a Rob Price shirt who looked like a wrestler. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah.
And is he a wrestler? Do you
Rob
know
Price?
That? Yeah, do you know
Yeah,
that
he
is?
was a global guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just heard about him on the Something to Wrestle podcast.
He was wearing some sweet-ass little Rob Price shirt.
Yeah. Rob Price was over at one point in time.
You know, especially in Japan.
Exactly.
Especially in the grocery store deathmatch market.
Anything else we need to discuss about this? We've almost discussed it longer
What is
than
that?
it's
What
actually
is that mascot? That little yellow.
That bomb.
It's the thumbnail. Yeah. Trying to figure that out.
I think for the video company that.
Okay, that puts it on. Yeah, the one that buttoned the guy's jacket.
Yeah, I don't know. This shit was weird. It was fun to watch though.
Yeah.
It was short.
Yeah, that's the best part.
That's kind of been our thing.
Yeah, we're getting at a good stride where we get them all in an hour.
Exactly.
It took me longer to get to your house. It took me an hour to get here. It took me longer to get to your house. I live 15 minutes away. It took me an hour to get here, and we haven't talked about this goddamn thing longer than that.
Good. But Paul,
Mm-hmm.
after you had your fight, or if you had a grocery store fight, and you wanted to clean off that glorious mustache you have,
mm-hmm.
wouldn't you like to use some handmade soaps to clean that mustache off?
Of course.
I would love to be able to give you some. And I actually know a wonderful company that would love to give you some wonderful handmade soaps, who's actually a sponsor of this podcast.
We have sponsors, Jake?
We have sponsors. We have a sponsor in Evans Country Clean, which makes handmade soaps which help heal, restore, and hydrate your skin. And they are made out of natural ingredients like olive oil, palm oil, and coconut oil, and shea butter.
Baby.
I know, right? And if you're, Paul, if you're super hypoallergenic, or if you have sensitive skin, much like myself, I'm breaking out like a fucking AIDS victim right now on my face. Because I haven't had Evans Country Clean in over 2 months now.
What are you waiting on,
I
Evan?
thought you looked a touch AIDSy, but I wasn't.
I thought it was just the lesions, but I guess not.
No, I'm breaking up bad. And it's all because I don't have enough Evans Country Clean in my life. So it has a wonderful scent, and they have a wonderful men's line, and also they're a small business. Basically the whole reason we got Evans Country Clean as a sponsor is because they know our producer Don, and Evan's like, hey man, can I get a sponsorship through your podcast? And he said, sure. And he goes, I got two morons that'll mention it every week twice on your podcast.
You're not going to listen, are you? And he's like, no, good.
No, I don't care what they do. But what I will do is I'll give them a promo code, so anybody that goes to evanscountryclean.com, they'll get 50% off with the promo code BOOKED15. See how that works? And once again, that website is evanscountryclean.com. It's in the show notes, so make sure you check that out. But Paul, you being a comedian, you got some shows. You actually run a room as well here in town. You're a newbie performer, but you're a performer nonetheless. You have a microphone in front of you. Please let everybody know what you got coming up in that.
You're running a room.
I host an open mic that's twice a month in a pretty cool pizza place and bar up in Huntersville. It's called the Vinyl Pie. The next two are going to be June 4th and June 25th. And there are 2 July nights that are going to be to be dated.
Okay. And do you have like a Twitter account where you put funny things, or an Instagram you put funny things?
Yeah, I re-downloaded Twitter on my phone today, and I got to figure out what my password is from 3 years ago. But I'm gonna start tweeting. I guess I'm gonna get multiple tweets.
Twits.
Yeah.
Twats.
So it would be Paul_B94. I think.
Make it easy for the people.
Yeah.
Make it
I'm
easy
pretty
for
sure
the
that's
people.
my Instagram too.
If not, whatever.
Give that guy a follow. He's got a similar username.
Zane, what do you got going on?
When does this come out?
That'll be this Thursday.
Oh, well, tomorrow night in Winston-Salem, I'll be wrestling for AML at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, maybe? Okay. It's some big arena. Mm-hmm. It'll be a double-header show. The first show will be midgets. All midget show.
Okay.
And then AML will be right after, Battle at the Fairgrounds. I think that's about it. I'm going to see a couple concerts next month. That's about all.
Yeah, June's very light.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get ahead on some
because
stuff.
July's super dumb. Like July's got both the super cons.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of shit.
Got some Northeast wrestling shows, some ballpark shows. Mm-hmm. I got some other shows. June. The only big June thing I have is June 8th. I will be bringing in Stuart Huff to the Evening Muse. Make sure you show up for that. Stuart Huff is a fantastic touring comedian. We're very lucky to have him here in Charlotte on Friday, June 8th. Go to eveningmuse.com for more information about that show. Zane, this is where we do our reviews. Right now on Stitcher. Ratlin is still ruling the roost on Stitcher. Where he says right alongside OSW Review, Jake and Zane understand how to joke about a niche interest, and this is a funny to anyone podcast, especially for the non-wrestling fan helps. Now,
because if you like wrestling, you're not going to like this.
Now when it comes to iTunes.
Uh-oh. No, we don't.
We do.
We do?
We have a new one. And I met him this weekend. He was complaining like, "Hey, they won't let me post the review." And I go, "Look, you might have to
write down a piece of paper and give it to me right now."
Pretty much. I was like, "You might have to go to a desktop, or sometimes the app takes a little bit longer for the review because it'll post the reviews right away." But apparently, this came through just in time before we started recording. We have a new top of the heap. We now have "You Will Believe Man Can Fly" is now the top review on iTunes. The review is entitled, Delicious, Give Me More. The man I saw this past weekend at PWX, he was disappointed I didn't say that after I kissed Effie and gave him one of my finishing maneuvers. He was very upset I didn't say, Delicious, Give Me More. And if there was ever a time to say that...
would have been a perfect time.
Probably one of the biggest regrets of my entire career. Mm-hmm. But in the review, it was a great review, so thank you so much. You Will Believe Man Can Fly. I appreciate you for that review. He also says, P.S. I wonder if Donut 1978 will be upset. My suspicion is, yes, he will be.
Now we're going to have us a battle.
We are definitely going to have a battle. I know that Donut 1978 follows us on Twitter, so guys... please tweet us for suggestions, stuff like that. Like I said, we're going to be around for June, so we can get ahead on some episodes and knock some... Like we just did the Raw Bowl at fan request.
Can we talk about the July thing yet, or is that still...
No, I think we can talk about it, for sure. I don't know. I don't want to give up too many of the specifics.
Maybe we should wait then?
Yeah, maybe wait, but basically we'll just tell you what it is. We're going to do a live episode.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just say we're going to do a live episode.
We don't know what it's about yet.
I kind of know what it's about.
It's got to be PG, right? Wasn't that the thing we had to do like an earlier time?
Our discussion will be PG.
Okay.
PG-13.
Okay.
So you're going to have to knock back at least... Take about 5 fucks off your normal...
All right. I'll fuck it down a bit.
Because I think it's going to be a little bit earlier, so it's going to give more people for an opportunity to come see it.
Good.
So I'm very excited. But basically, what I thought we would never do again would be another live one, because... No, Zane, you were great on the live one. I almost died of a stroke.
Yes.
So that's pretty much why when people come up to me like, "Oh, we love the live episode. Zane was so funny." I go, "Yeah, I know."
I was there.
I was there, and he was enjoying himself because he was watching my head almost fucking explode. So, but it sounds like it's gonna be a lot easier. Actually, that's why I bought all this equipment that we have right now. We got the new Zoom recorder, we got the new mics and stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty prepared that we can just plug right into an audio board. And we'll be able to go from there. So,
fabulous.
We'll have more details about that. We'll be doing another live one in July, and it will be in North Carolina somewhere. So yeah, and if it doesn't work out there, maybe we'll try somewhere else.
Maybe.
I think we're gonna do another live one. I think my heart can handle it.
You think so?
I think so.
Maybe we'll do good there. Maybe it'll be a normal thing now. Like we go to Largo.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna go that far. Maybe Hebron Hall.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I doubt we can fill it up, but we can try.
Either or, but for more information about that and other podcasts, and like I said, any requests, please, like I said, somebody requests Raw Bowl, we did it like the next week. So anything else, we're available.
That's how unprepared we are.
Especially if it's under an hour.
Oh, man.
Especially if it's under an hour, we will discuss it for about an hour. And if you have any suggestions or corrections or mistakes that we made or anything you want to put in about the grocery store deathmatch, make sure you tweet me at ManScoutManning or email me at jake@sslshow.com, or make sure you log onto the website howdidthisgetbooked.com. We have How Did This Get Booked t-shirts that are available, and tell you what, from this moment on, right here, and I feel bad, You Will Believe Man Can Fly and Ratlin, but from this moment on, I'm going to make this declaration. If you write a review on either Stitcher or iTunes, and you get up with me through Twitter about your address, I will mail you a free How Did This Get Booked t-shirt. I am making this proclamation right here, right now. I will give you a free How Did This Get Booked t-shirt if you write a review on iTunes or either Stitcher. And you get up with me through Twitter with your address. Just send a direct message. It can be just that.
Now, what if 3 or 4 people do a review and they're like jockeying for top? Is the top going to get it come showtime? It's all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
Okay.
If 3 people write a review on iTunes, I will send out 3 shirts. You send me an address and shirt size through Twitter. And if you do follow me, I might put your shirt to the front of the line there. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, I might wait a week or 2 to mail that
just
shirt
fuck you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to make this proclamation as of today. Unfortunately, that will not apply to you. You Will Believe Man Can Fly and Ratlin, but that was just how.
Hopefully, he bought one at PWX.
You know what? If he sees me at PWX, I'll get him a free one because I feel bad. But Ratlin, you fucking missed out, buddy.
Suck it.
So anybody from this day forward, until I say no mas,
Till I run out of shirts.
till I run out of designs, because I'm sending a lot of How Did This Get Booked t-shirts, but also at howdidthisgetbooked.com I also have my own merch, and I got some really good, cool shirts now. I finally posted them. They're up there. They're there, and I also have like pins, patches. My 6-disc DVD set is up there as well. But like I said, guys, make sure you subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and leave a review, please. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of How Did This Get Booked?
Woo!